Guys, the last video I was talking about routine expenses and not having enough money to explore and, you know, pursue your horizons of what you actually could be if you wasn't in a cycle of doing things that you don't want to do for outcomes that aren't even favorable, like they're not even making sense anymore. Now we need to get to the solutions. We need to get to the point where it's like, what now? I know bare of you, a lot of you are asking, what now? Because I don't even know what to do next. Like, anything I do next just might fuck up the bag. It might fuck up my routine, fuck up my life potentially. You're thinking of like the worst case scenario of what could happen if you break the cycle and don't follow suit with what you're currently doing, like continue doing it. Now, we need to look at things objectively. And when I say objectively, I mean we need to look at it for what it is. Step outside of yourself and look outside, looking in. Look at what everybody is going through, what everybody is experiencing. Everybody is experiencing either paying for rent or paying for a mortgage. Now, okay, cool. If we were to focus on that, let's focus on that just for now. We can get onto so many different things. We can deep dive into so many different things, but let's focus on that everybody's living situation. Now, what I would say is that not everybody's situation is the same. Some women, they got into a situation where, you know, they were younger, and men as well. They were in care, they were care leavers, and then they got into the social housing system, and now they pay like a subsidized amount of rent. Some are paying £400, some are paying £500 a month, £600. Either way, the point is that it's very, very cheap. Cheap as chips, cheap. Others, they had kids and they got in social housing one way or another. Not as common for the men that I know, and the majority of people that I know, they're either in private or they live at home. Now, if we're gonna microscopically, like we're gonna zoom in to the people that are living privately, they're paying quite a bit compared to the amount that they earn. Like nowadays, once upon a time, you could live in like shared accommodation. It'd be like £500, £600. Calm now, oh God, that's a pipe dream. Now we're looking at like £1,000 plus, even just to get a room. And now, if we're talking about like getting like a whole flat, I'm just talking about London. If we're talking about getting a flat in London, then you're looking around like 5 to get your own space. But let's deep it. Let's just deep it. Let's deep it. Why do you want a flat? Why do you want a flat? Furthermore, why do you want to live with strangers? You have to ask yourself that. Because the truth is that by you going to live with strangers, renting privately, going to look on like the open market and then seeing the open market prices, you're ultimately paying more money, and you're now susceptible to not having that support that you actually need. You need a support system as an adult, whether you like it or not. Your pride might not allow you to admit that and say, yeah, I need support. Sometimes we think that we only need support as children, but we need support throughout our life. In general, we believe that we need money. We need money. We need money. We actually need people. We need people. So we need support. Let's not deny that. Going out into the open market, you're susceptible to paying crazy prices. What I never understand is why people don't ever opt to live with their friends as often as they do. Because, you know, we used to watch I personally, let me speak for myself. I used to watch Friends, where, you know, friends were living with each other. They'll have a house share, Like they'll come out of uni and then they'll say, hey, we were living with each other in uni. Like we used to like live in one dorm. Why don't we just live together now? And you know, this is how they like progress. They transgress into having the relationships while they're living with each other. Like they don't get into relationships while their friends are living in different flats. No, they're living together and seeing their partners. Like, that's normality. But now, what I'm seeing more and more is that people aren't really living with their friends. People are living separately. And it's crazy. So much can happen from living separately. I'm not just talking about economically, even though economics was like the foundational point of what I was talking about. I'll be real. Like, you can take more than economic L's, you can lose your life. Like, just digressing, I know a girl that you know, we were romantic once upon a time, and what had happened is that she was, you know, friends with my friends, so like everybody still stayed in contact as you do, and she ended up like dating another guy, and she wasn't actually showing the guy to my friends, even though my friends actually became her friend. Thereafter we finished and we broke up. She wasn't showing the guy to a lot of her friends. She wasn't showing the guy to her family. She wasn't showing the guy to not many people. The guy ended up killing her. And I know that's really a really like dark story, but I'm just saying that you can take an L in more ways than an economic way. Like, you could actually lose your life. You could lose yourself, even if you're alive and you know, lose a part of yourself, the person that you believe that you are, the person that you were meant to be. You lose that as a result of you not allowing your friends and your partner and anybody who you invite into your home to intermingle. Living with your friends, there practically isn't anything that beats it. If we were gonna actually look on like the market right now, you could get like a 2-bed, even if it's just one friend that you have, you could get like a 2-bed for like a bag 5 on the spot, bag 5, even a bag 4 in some places. And between you and your friend, that's like 7 bills. That's now we're talking like the prices that you'd get like years ago. And that's just from you deciding that I'm gonna get my one friend and we're gonna flat share. You would save money, you'd save peace of mind, you'll save yourself. You'll be the savior of yourself. You'll save yourself. I understand that, you know, everybody has their trust issues with their friends or their family or anybody that they believe that they can't live with. But sometimes you just need to like just suck it up. Like, there will always be bad things that you'll recognize about a person that you potentially want to live with, even a partner. Some people will like shift their friends to the side and say, oh yeah, I don't want to live with you, because they want to live with their partner. Like, newsflash, you are going to find something wrong with your partner one way or another. Like, that's just the way it's gonna go. Like, if you believe that you're just gonna like strike gold and hit perfection, good luck to you, man. You're in for a shocker. You're having a shocker, and then you're gonna be in for another shocker. So I just believe that the people that call themselves friends should be doing things together. And it doesn't even just have to be living together. It should literally be building things together. Like, you can build a home. That's just one thing that you can build. You can build a home. Bear in mind, a house is different from a home. Building a home is more on a spiritual level of like, you know, we're together in this, like, as in we're making this place homely. It's how the place feels, as opposed to like the bricks and the cement and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you can build a home with somebody, but you can also build other things. You can build businesses. You can build cooperatives where, you know, both of you share costs when it comes to certain things, as opposed to both paying for separate things. Like, the other day, me and my friend were talking about us both having Amazon Prime. We live like 5 minutes away from each other. Like, why do we both have Amazon Prime? It doesn't make sense. One of us cancel that shit and then the other control. Anytime you need to order something, order that, man. Like, the only reason why we're gonna be out here just hiding things is because I don't know, somebody else wants to order something that they don't want the other person to know that they're ordering, and that, I don't understand that. Personally, I don't understand that. Everybody should know what everybody's doing if we're gonna move forward. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. Now, that's the reason why people want to live alone. They want their own space. They don't want to live with their family. They don't want to live with their friends. It's because they want to start doing things that they don't want other people to know that they're doing. They don't want other people to know that they're doing things. Now, this even why, as children, like, okay, let's say children / teenagers, we wanted to move out of our parents' house. Why? Because we wanted to have sexy time. We wanted to have sex on our watch, not on their watch, on our watch. I don't know. I'm African, innit? Like, I grew up with my parents heavily watching me on this, like, growing up, puberty, sexual front. Mainly because, in hindsight, I understand that it's the reason why is because they didn't want me to get somebody pregnant prematurely without, you know, dating them, understanding them, knowing their family, etc., etc. I understand the mindset behind it, even though they didn't actually, like, express it the way I would have wanted them to express it and explain it to me. I do get it. In hindsight, in mindset, I get it. They wanted me to let them know what I was doing in my life, or they wanted to either keep, if I didn't tell them, they wanted to keep an eye on me in that respect. Now, it's the right thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the time, when I think about every man that left their mom's house or left their dad's house, left their parental, like, home, it's because they wanted to have more sex. And what I realized is that every man that, you know, went down that path, the aftermath, the aftercare, what I keep on hearing over and over again is that the novelty wears off. You thought that it was gonna turn into the ramping shop, like you're gonna be, like, you know, cheating every single day, whack, 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 whack. And it's not gonna be like that. It might be for the first maybe like 2-3 months, and then after that it's like, what am I actually doing now? Let's be real. What am I actually doing now? Did I actually just get this whole place just so that I can have sex? You even feel like a waste, man. It's the same feeling that you have after you, like, you watch porn, and then you do your whatever you're doing, man, and afterwards you feel like a complete scumbag. You feel like a hoe. Same thing that you feel like after you eat, like, McDonald's. You feel like a waste, man. So eventually you will regret that decision if it was based on just that. Now, if you want to move out to progress, I understand that you want to be independent and you want to, like, stand on your own feet and you want to see what you can actually do in this life. I understand it from that point. But however, regardless of wanting to do that, you're going to have to mingle with people. Are you telling me you're going to move into your place? You're not going to talk to your friends. You're not going to see your friends regularly. You're not going to, like, be in and around your friends doing things. You might as well live with your friends. You might as well live with your friends. You could even get, like, a 3-bedroom house and split it between your friends, and it might even become cheaper than that £700 that I was talking about before. It might all be like £5. Furthermore, you could move out and commute. Like, you could do so many things. Like, you don't even have to stick to London. London is not, like, the be all and the end of everything. Like, I come from London. Other people might be watching from places outside of London and be thinking, yeah, it's much cheaper here. You can move out. Like, people did it when they went to uni. I didn't go to uni, but I saw people living together in uni for a common goal, to pass their uni exam and to get qualifications. It's the same with life. Life, you never stop learning. Like, you can do this course today and then do this course tomorrow and then implement this course in whatever you're trying to do. And then in the end, bingo, you're going to need people. Newsflash, you will need people. Man, stop lying. You need people. So this whole thing about, oh, I need to be in this space, unless, you know what it is, unless you have kids, because I understand the example of having kids. If you have kids, then this is not for you. I'm talking about people that do not have kids and they're out here like trying to bear the whole brunt and weight of the world on their own, on their head. They don't want to share that burden or share the joy. Let's not even talk about it like a burden. Share the joy, because there's joy in people living together. I understand that, you know, some people are, you know, messy. They have no regard for cleanliness and all that sort of stuff, and like they make noise, and there's all of these like little nuances, but that should really just be a test to your friendship. How can you call somebody your friend, you can't do anything with them? That, you know, I never understood that. I never understood people calling each other friends and they can't do anything together. I remember there was one time that one of my friends, he had like a reunion with all of his I think it was secondary school mates. They were all getting, you know, reunited and linking up together. He invited them to his flat. They had food, drink, etc. His main agenda in his mind, he's very business savvy. He's very business minded. So he was trying to get them congregated just so they can get something popping together one way or another. Because obviously you want to do business with people that you're familiar with and that you trust. He wanted to do business with these people. So he got them in one place, and he made the proposal. He tried to get them to all warm to the idea, at least, of doing business together. Do you know what one of his friends turned around and said? He said, bro, just because we're friends doesn't mean we have to do business. We don't have to do anything together. We don't have to do anything together. Just continue playing FIFA. He was playing FIFA at the time. Just continue playing FIFA. I'll be real, man. I'll be real. That's complete bullshit. You do have to do things together. That's the whole point of being friends. You support each other in at least one thing in life. I understand this notion of, you know, being in secondary school and, or, you know, other places of like convenience, like uni, and, you know, you met each other there, lost contact with each other after a while. You were at that place and you were friends there, and then you're not really friends in life. But if you're friends in life, like, what are we doing? Life is getting realer every day. Every day life is getting more real. You're getting more ideas of how you can turn into this person or that person. The truth is, you only have like 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth, 1 brain. You only have like a limited amount of senses. Your friends should be your ears and your eyes. They should be your senses all around you. The opportunities that you need to progress are all around you. And the truth is, if you had like 10 friends, okay, let's even like minimize it to like 5 friends, chances are the opportunities that, or the next steps that you need, all the things that you need are within your friendship group. And the problem is that you aren't even in you're not even in close enough proximity to even know the things that they're encountering throughout their day to know whether it can benefit you. Your lives aren't meshed. Your lives aren't gelling enough. You can't call these people your friends. Meanwhile, they believe that your friendship is just based on playing FIFA and busting jokes about girls. Or even if we're gonna, you know, just switch it over to just generally like boys and girls. If it's just based on you lot sending each other memes and busting jokes about people, like pointing at each other all day, it's dead. Group economics. Group economics. It's very, 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 very important. Group economics. Now, you know, when it comes to people that have kids, I'm not saying that you shouldn't economize on a group level. Of course you should. But that's for another video, I'd say. This is more for people that haven't had their kids yet, or their kids don't live with them per se, and they're out here trying to bear burdens and carry the whole world on their head. Pick 5 friends. Pick 5 friends to propose this to. Some of them will say no, and some of them will say yes. Try.